out for you guys. I like how he ended it with stay home. 9:49. You know, we always try and end the show on a light note, and you know this is one of those mornings. Whew, I wish we had two light notes. So we're going to bring Cyrus Lur, a big part of this organization, PPE Guam. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Cyrus.
Morning.
Thanks for taking the call. We just wanted to kind of find out, maybe just round robin, talk about the different types of things you guys are doing with the group PPE Guam, because I know there's different, I don't want to say factions. I can't think of the right word right now. There's different little subsections of the PPE Guam group, right? So just go ahead, take the floor.
Sure, and thank you for this opportunity. So what we're an entirely volunteer-driven organization, and we're trying to create personal protective equipment, otherwise known as PPE, to donate to frontliners, doctors, nurses, and those that are susceptible to COVID-19. It's an idea that kind of started just a few weeks ago, and in a short amount of time, it's really gained a lot of steam, and we already have well over 200 volunteers that are, some of them are sewing face masks at home, others have 3D printers and they're printing face shields, and we've already made donated a few hundred items to GMH, GRMC, Civil Defense, and it's just been very exciting to see such a strong community outpour of support.
For people who want to, help out, where do they go?
Absolutely. So they can reach us in a few different ways. We are on both Facebook and Instagram. Just search for us, PPE for Guam, for is spelled FOR, or go to our website, ppeforguam.com. And in both those places, you can find out how to fill out a very quick questionnaire to kind of share with us whether you have a have a sewing background or a 3D printer or want to volunteer in other ways. And we can connect with you pretty quickly and get started. But by and large, this is something that you would be able to do from home. We are able to drop off materials, donated cloth, to people who can sew the masks according to plans that have already been approved by GMH and Civil Defense. So you can make them from home. It's kind of a way to be able to participate and give back without having to leave your house and violate a stay-at-home order. And so this is really a great way for people to be able to help those that are on the front lines and putting themselves at risk.
So when people call and they volunteer, 200 volunteers, that's a lot of people want to help out. What are they saying, Cyrus, when they reach out to you and ask how they can get involved?
I think a lot of people are just excited that there is something that they can do. I think it can in some way, the example I like to use is that after typhoons, we always see the community come together and help each other out. But with this very sort of unique situation where the best thing that people can do is stay at home and not sort of interact with each other. And so in some ways it feels very disempowering. We can't really reach out to our neighbors and help out. But this is really a way of being able to take back that power, to be able to enable people to take action from home that will have a very immediate and direct benefit to the front lines.
I think is interesting is that there was another effort that started early on, but I think halfway through they kind of had to retool and look at what they were trying to raise to make sure it was in line with what was needed. And you had mentioned GMH and was it Civil Defense? So you guys have had talks, and how did that conversation go?
It's ongoing. Very, very positive. I think it is concerning for all of us to see that Guam is not unique. We have this in this situation. We have the same struggles here as anywhere else in the country when it comes to shortage of PPE. And so we are constantly discussing with them, what sort of things that they are short on, and we're trying to help out as much as we can. We do have a couple volunteers that have been working on creating hand sanitizer with partnerships with UOG. And our organization has been working with Department of Education, UOG, and others just to try to be able to do everything we can to come up with creative solutions for, last resort PPE.
And how creative are these sewers getting? Are we just looking at regular masks, or are there any patterns in there? Because I've seen some with patterns. asking?
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, there are some definitely creative fabrics that people are using, but they all look great and they're definitely safe. Everything that we're using is following standards that have already been either approved by the CDC or at least a major hospital or organization elsewhere. So these are tested plans that GMH and Civil Defense have approved and said that they prefer. But when it comes to style-wise, yeah, people can be as creative as they want when it comes to the fabric and such.
And so the fabric also, that's all being donated, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
there's, you
No,
got
actually,
shirts that were donated and
From Trenchtown, yeah.
Right.
So the microfiber.
Yeah, fantastic donation from them. We also do have a fundraiser on GoFundMe that has raised almost $10,000, and so we're using a lot of that to purchase supplies. We have purchased some cloth and sewing materials with that. We've also made a large purchase from off island for 3D printer filament, which we'll be distributing to the 25 roughly people that we have right now printing from home. And so that shipment should be coming in today. And so that's just a continuation of the process. And right now we have a goal of creating 500 sewn face masks this week between Monday and Friday, and 1,000 face shields, and we are about a third of the way there. So
we see you have an update here. First milestone update: 163 of 500 masks made, 326 of 1,000 face shields made.
Yep, and we're cautiously optimistic, confident that we can hit that by Friday.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for calling in, and anything you guys need, just let us know.
Yeah, is there anything you want to add here in closing, Cyrus?
Thanks. Well, we can always use more volunteers. The more, your impact will have an immediate effect, helping doctors and nurses on the front line. And if anybody has transparencies, these are the overhead projectors, the plastic clear material that old time overhead projectors would use, or maybe a report cover.
Hey, who you calling old time?
It's me, but I found when I explain it to younger people, they don't understand what
You're
I'm
like,
saying. But overhead projectors, which I thought were very common, but are not apparently. But those plastic sheets, we really need those. Those go into, we use those for face shields, and we're finding a shortage on Guam. We've purchased some from off island. It's going to take about a week and a half to get here, but if anybody has some available, please contact us through Facebook. PPEforGuam.com. Just search for us, PPE for Guam, and please get in touch. That'd be a huge help.
All right. Hey, Cyrus, again, I just want to give you a big hand. You guys are definitely COVID heroes, all right?
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
All right.
Cyrus Lure from PPE Guam. Jason popped all the info up there on the